Day 297. A tape to remember. I don't remember if I read this at the end, but we'll just read it again. You wake up, still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night. What you had to edit on the news. What? That is grammatically destructive to my brain. You wake up still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night. What you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room waiting for you. You take a seat on the sofa next to Sam. Sam swallows. Hesitating before starting. We were so worried about you last night. After Jeremy with the gun. Sam chokes down a sob. It was awful. On national television. How could he do that? And now, after a horrible pause, Sam finally asks, "Are you okay, honey? I can't believe he's gone." Yeah, I liked him. He was tied with my favorite. He was tied. I liked the other girl too. I think they were both cool, but I liked his attitude. He was getting real bitter, and I liked that. I identify with that. Sam glances at Charlie, then back to you. We saw that you chose to play that tape. They paused before continuing, and I couldn't help but wonder why. Because I ain't no bitch. I didn't feel like I had a choice. It seemed like the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do. I think you did the right thing. I mean, it was a crazy situation, but it was the right thing to play the tape, Charlie says quietly. You hadn't realized how much his support would mean to you. It's good to have your son on your side. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in an impossible situation, and somehow you managed to make the right call. Sam throws their arms. Only you were struck in the studio having to make that choice. Stuck. My bad. God, I am dyslexic. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you. You've never been so grateful to have Sam support you. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's a lot to take in. You're not sure you've fully processed what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it all. You smile warily at your family. You're exhausted. I'm feeling good today, guys. I'm feeling good. How you guys feeling? I didn't even ask. Bomber, what's up? Marion, how you doing? I was going to say dog interesting. Cool dog, how you doing? How we doing? I'm feeling good today. I feel real good. I'm feeling real good. I feel like I'm getting back to my old self, man. Good. Glad to hear it. I'm just interrupting myself because I don't know. I feel good. I feel like I'm reading and happy and shit like that. I don't feel good. Yeah, your username is still dog interest. I actually just changed it to dog. Let me see if I can copy it. Because you guys can't see what I have the nicknames as. Here's your nickname, literally verbatim what you told me on Friday. Yeah. There it is. It was something else because I just ran right into what you were trying to get me to, but that's what it is now. Per your request. You didn't know how worried you were about it, but as Charlie makes a stupid joke and you all laugh, you feel the tremendous tension break. Sam rubs your back and tells him to flick on the TV. You couldn't ask for better. Do you really want to watch TV? I think if I worked at a movie station, broadcast station, I probably wouldn't watch TV very much. A muffled thud wakes you and Sam in the middle of the night, and it takes you a few seconds to realize it came from the kitchen. You tentatively make your way downstairs, grabbing an umbrella from near the front door, more for comfort than an actual weapon. I've got something in my nightstand that works a little better. You lift your umbrella halfway above your head before you realize it's Charlie stumbling around in the dark. One of the kitchen chairs has been knocked over, and he's up to his elbow in a box of cereal when he looks up and sees you standing in the doorway. Your worry turns to a mixture of curiosity and anger. What the hell are you doing crashing around at this time of night? Your son sheepishly slurs that he was out with some friends and there were a few beers. How old is Charlie? As he sways on his feet, the strong smell of alcohol wafting from him tells you that there were more than a few. Do you think it's a good idea to be wasting your Saturday nights getting drunk with these mates of yours? He sighs, and just stares at the floor. Answer me, young man! Look, you can tell me, or I can go get Sam and the three of us can talk about it. He stares... So, is there anybody who understands why in the UK they seem to use starts? Like, I don't, it's like they keep using that word in place of several different words. Anyway, he starts at the hard tone. Then he looks up at you with a defiant glare. We're not wasting our night. What we're doing is important. We're helping Disrupt make a difference. Oh, good boy, stop drinking. You can't be effective if you're drinking for a cause. He slams the cereal box onto the table in what you're sure was meant to be a grand gesture, but the puff of sugary frosted flakes undermines the effect. Startles. Oh, he's startled. Oh, yeah, you're right. He starts at the hard tone, which must be like he's startled at or he's jumpy at it. Yeah, you're right. James, what's up? Parafox, what's up? Nothing wrong with starts. I just don't understand it, Parafox. We don't use that. We don't use this. He starts. Like, he starts would be like 3, 2, 1, and he starts. Like, that would be it. But I have no idea what that meant. Nothing wrong with it. It trips me up. Grammatically, for me, it just doesn't make sense in American English, which Parafox would call the wrong English. To be fair, we were second. James, how the hell are you? Anubab, what's up, dude? Damn, everyone's pouring in. I actually didn't see, I just saw people say hi to James. Where is James? Oh, there he is. Particle Man in chat, what's up, dude? Why can't I see you? I just see the reply. There you are, Jesus. My scroll wheel, like, jumps around. So, like, I was trying to scroll up and it kept skipping past you. Dude, James, how the hell are you? Google Dictionary says a sudden movement of surprise. Okay, that makes sense. Now that I know exactly what it means... Correct, it is the wrong English. There you go. Soccer is the correct term, though. Parafox, you guys invented the term soccer, then we started using it, and you were like, oh, no. It's soccer, and you know it. You know it. Apparently, like, that's a thing in the UK. You would know better than I. But, like, rugby is called rugger. Well, I don't know why it's called soccer. But you used to, Parafox. The UK used to call it soccer. The UK used to call it soccer. So you guys can't just be like, it's not cool anymore. It used to be slang for football. It's because we have football, though. We have, like, football, and it's not your guys' football. I know that's why we call it soccer. It's because it's distinct from what we call football here, which is what you guys would say it's not football. It is odd that we didn't just call our football soccer, though. I'll admit that. You know what I mean? If everyone else is calling it football, shouldn't we just call soccer football, and then football should have been soccer? That's confusing to people in the UK, because I'm like... Anyway. I'm going to shut up. You're 15. 15! Go to bed. Jesus. Charlie chuckles, shaking his head and leaving without a word. Not the reaction you expected. You remember when you used to go to the park together and you'd push him down on the swings. Jeez. Stuttering now. Now he's going there for rallies. God, you're old. How old are we in this? He's 15. I'm assuming most people have kids in their 20s. Maybe even early 20s, 23. So we're probably like 38, 40. You're not really old, right? 40's not old. Not anymore. Was it ever? Really? Well, it was. 40 was dead before at some point. Just as you're finishing up breakfast, Sam comes in with the post. Oh, we got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip. Sam reads it aloud as you finish getting ready for work. So I've seen what feels like most of Urkistan. Isn't Urkistan mentioned in 1984? That's a place of reference in the book 1984, I feel. And this is definitely just an absolute reference to 1984, this whole story. I like it. Really cool place, but so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift. And before you say anything, yes, you were right to make me pack an extra pair of socks. Sam gives you a small kick under the table. Next, we got the train to Konoslava. Much warmer and loads of beaches to enjoy. I could have stayed there forever, but had to head to the San Palmero before it gets too cold. And I'm so glad we did. We've probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas. I promise. Hope everyone is doing well. Love, Susie, XXX. XXX. There's an extra X there. I mean something totally different. Sounds like it's been a hell of a trip, worth every penny. Susie is like 20 at this point, I think. So we're probably... Oh, Susie's 20. Okay, I was thinking Susie was the younger kid, but of course Susie's the older. They even mentioned college, I think. Oh, yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, we're probably definitely 40. Probably definitely. You know what's funny, though, and interesting? Why were there no immediate repercussions for us not censoring that? You'd think we'd get... Whoa, that's new. It's all new. My personal beliefs? Ooh, canned cooking with Candy Cook. Hey, question. Is spam, like, worldwide? I think we are done with the... I love spam. Is spam, like, popular in the UK? And
just don't get drawn into talking about the war.
Because this isn't spam. This is...
They do know this
it's called, like, luncheon, right? Luncheon? But spam specifically is, to me, the tastiest. Okay, I don't know what this... I mean, that's the censorship button, right? It's different now. What? Oh, we've got cheers, applause, laughter. We got a laugh box. I like that they changed up routinely.
How are you?
It's like it's been enough time they've updated the system, obviously to keep me from going crazy. Siege Survival Kit. What is that? A few wartime extravagance from your friends. I don't know exactly what that is.
5, 4, 3.
I'll save that one for last.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf.
I was going to say, I'm
the 140th
queued up, right? Yeah.
Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the
I like this
of the World
better.
Council's
This makes more
blockade.
sense. Decibel levels.
Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert.
I want to show.
Unable to work out where or when.
I want to show the
strike.
violence. I want people to see what's really
however,
going on.
more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war
Normally, I'd
ever
say
more
I
demands
hate
on our armed services, those numbers
constant
will tragically
negativity
only
and violence being
continue
shown
to
on
rise.
TV, but in this case,
Don't
they're
starve.
trying to censor us.
Advance's food program moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves
I like
restocked
that.
with
I
increasing
didn't. Oh, I see.
regularity.
It would make sense
However,
for overheating.
with a reported rise in
when it's
mental and
nighttime.
physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics
like
have
dude,
questioned
I like this
whether
game a
those
lot. I could
smaller
play it again
communities which
and
are
just
only
intentionally
now
make
starting to
lots
receive
of different
help
decisions.
could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been
nothing
met
but
with relief
sadness.
by
I want
many
people to know
organisations
that the
calling for
government
it
is
to be
making
opened
us
up to the
very
wider
sad.
community. With
What's
dwindling
this?
medical
Why-
supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing
I mean, I know
chronic
what that
pain,
is, but-
it can come as no surprise that the transition centres
thought
have
that would
found
play a
themselves
message.
stretched to capacity. Populace.
Every time I
More
press
than
it, it doesn't seem to
11%
play
of
a
the
message.
population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card. A worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While applications are still
Oh,
open for
convenient.
those who like to run fashionably
Now they're
late,
a legal
they can
requirement.
expect a few tricky questions from advance. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to
Hey,
capture
chill.
the public's imagination.
That's loud.
Community cohesion officers found themselves challenged by
What
the
was
unruly
the
mob
good
element
guy
always
the-
present at
in
disrupt events,
1984?
but
What was he
thankfully managed
called?
to keep violent incidents to a minimum. And finally,
Big Brother
absent friends.
was the government.
Sad
Absent
news today
friends.
as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical
Okay.
disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic
I'm not
public
showing
breakdown 10
vandalism.
weeks ago in an
I'm
incident
gonna make the
which
government look like a
ultimately
bunch of
cost him his
fucking
life.
liars, like they
A
really
passionate
are.
and rebellious man, always willing to question
Advance.
authority.
Advance.
Jeremy was posthumously celebrated with a Team Service Award by Advance for his outstanding dedication to journalistic truth. But first this evening,
Main
with the
game
war
has
about to
14
enter its
endings. Holy
21st
crap.
country, and people
So
hurting
this
up
could
and
all
down
be
the
completely
country,
different at
I'll be
this point?
grilling
Like, I could not
unpredictable
be
Prime
even
Minister
seeing
Peter
this.
Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in
Oh yeah,
Lancashire.
because if Jeremy
That's
were
coming up on
alive.
tonight's National Nightly News.
I want to know what he's saying. He's all sloshed up, huh? It's a little loud. I'm hearing something in my left ear. Like out the window.
In
Or is that
part
just
two,
the-
I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later we've
It didn't
got a new
affect us, that's
feature
okay.
that's sure to keep you coming back for more. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's speaking to us from his home in Lanfordshire.
Oh.
Good evening, Prime Minister.
Is he having a heart
We
attack?
caught you exercising.
Oh, have we started? Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym or anything.
Oh, he's going to be
It's beyond
cursing
my
a lot.
words
This
to
could be
say.
great.
Just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car park.
Language, Prime Minister.
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shitter. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what
Oh
brought
my
about
God.
this?
Ooh, what's
Can you
this?
Tell us what brought
Well,
about
you know, Mrs.
I don't know
C
what's
and
going
I
on
were
here.
watching, you know, the night the blockade.
Oh, just
began.
interference,
When
I see.
Jeremy Donaldson.
I don't know
you
what that's
know,
all about.
And it was blistering hot.
Am I
as I'm
supposed to be
sure
doing
you
anything
all
with that?
remember. And I were a bit wheezy
I think it's just
from all
interference.
the cigars and all that. And Mrs. C turns to me after the signal dropped away, and she was in floods of tears. And she says, Peter, she's dead. I couldn't go on without you. She's dead. So I made a decision. And since that day, I have stopped smoking cigars.
Oh, that's good. It's a good thing you stopped smoking cigars. Your lungs will thank
My birthday,
your liver, I guess.
weddings, state dinners. As well as that, I got this useless Rudy bag which doesn't go anywhere. And apparently I'm going on a walking holiday this Christmas, and that should finish me off for bloody good.
Did you make the decision to holiday within the country this winter because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, Mrs. C has never liked travelling at the best of times. These are certainly not the best of times.
I think we're done with
We
that.
can all agree.
Nope.
There's a lot of red
Lots of
tape
interference
involved
here.
in leaving the territory at the moment, as I'm sure you're all aware.
Ah, here we go. We're almost done. We're about to merge.
Bastard, no. What?
I'm doing better.
Oh, yeah. Also, it doesn't seem very advanced.
Yeah, that's what I
to be
thought.
going
Bloody
abroad
is. I was going to
when
ask you that,
the
Parafox.
country
I was going to say,
is
isn't
traveling.
bloody like considered
Yes,
one of the
Julia Salisbury announced
bigger
today that
curse
she will
words?
be visiting
It's like saying
Spain during this
fucking.
year's winter break. Is
And
that
you guys
really
say
an
fuck
example of
too,
team
but-
spirit?
What? Did you know about
good
this, Gail?
No one tells me anything, Peter. You should know that. Why don't you know?
Well, leaving that for a moment, it says on this card that a body like yours must take some planning to
Maybe it's
achieve.
'cause-
What's your morning routine?
Well,
I don't know how I lost. Oh, because I did.
morning routine.
Rigid. It's rigid, for fuck's sake!
Oh, yeah. A rigid and demanding plan that my doctor and personal trainer
Who's your personal trainer?
damn it.
Prick called Clark. Is that on your card?
I feel like prick is way
Prime Minister,
less of a curse
speaking
word
of
than
planning,
bloody.
With the blockade in its 20th week and the people of this country reeling from its effects, what plans do you have to get us out of this mess?
Well, that's a very blunt question, Miss
Surely
Wolf.
one for which you, the democratically elected Prime Minister, must have an answer.
I'm gonna have to
Don't
use
you
the.
get smart with me,
We've only
Pat.
got two. I can do that with.
was a fucking national treasure before you were a twinkle in the milkman's scrotum.
Oh, scrotum's
Plans.
cool.
Let me tell you about plans. That's all we do. Fucking plans and revised plans, and then meetings to discuss the implementation of plans and
Understood,
plans and yet
Prime
more
Minister.
planning for fucking plans and yet more fucking plans.
Well, that's good. That's good to know, Prime
Do you
Minister.
know?
Woo!
I used to really like you, Pat. You were a breath of fresh air. But I've been watching you, and you know what?
Okay.
You get more like him every day.
Oh, like Jeremy?
I will take that as a compliment.
Sure.
Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader, Julia Salisbury, is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, in the beginning, I thought these actors were super corny, but then, like,
So you imagine?
as it goes on, they're pretty good-ass actors.
You do
She is,
know
and Jeremy
about
really
the
was.
podcast,
This guy,
don't you,
too.
Prime Minister?
I'm sure
I
did.
doubt he's really drunk. He fucking
Drew and I
sounds
have
it.
no secrets from each other. We don't memorize.
Maybe
each
he
other's
is really
bloody
drunk. He got in
diaries
character.
either. My old mom used to say, if you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pubes. What else you got?
Sorry?
Only cards. What else? A little piece of my life. Do you want to rustle through? Get out. Refill my glass. Get out. Refill my glass. Ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have
Lil
absolutely
C. Oh, yeah, the
fucking
guy.
idea who that is. And do you think the C stands for?
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Yeah, that does make sense.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get
Ooh,
by
man,
on
this
the
is-
basics. Take
this is
comfort
good. I like
in
this.
Each other. I've got Mrs. C.
The amount going on and the amount that I'm having to
Many a
censor.
fine single malt. I want for nothing.
And this whole interference thing lasting so long.
Decent night's sleep, of course.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's time for the Culture Spot with Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that. We'll be back.
Oh, shit. He's yelling at. Is that his producer or his.
1 minute back, everybody.
Oh, shit. Oops.
And that is what happens when you wander from the car.
I don't think you knew about her statement.
Okay, I think we're good, though. That didn't affect it.
Bosun's face turned a colour that I think you call embolism.
Am I in trouble?
Bosun? Nah, you're like the daughter who never
I wonder what
asked.
orange could represent.
Higher ups might hide anyway.
Wait, I missed something. Orange line. How strange. I wonder why that's there. Where's the orange line? Oh, yeah. What is the orange line?
I read books.
You sneaky little bastards. You sneaky little bastards acting all coy. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's a sick. How does that? Oh, it's from a. Dude, that's a sick emote. Interesting. So I could let them hijack the broadcast. That's sick. And the 80s are a lot stricter about what you could say on TV. Oh yeah. Is this the 80s? Duh. It's literally 1984 is what this is after. Okay. Prick literally means dick if you're being technical. Yeah, well, I know that, but it's like, isn't bloody considered? I have no idea.
I've never heard of her before.
She's big, really big.
She any
Well,
good?
she's obviously going to be first, so we'll cue her up.
A
kids go mad for your absence.
This work thing is watching with my mess time. James, that's all right. I don't know if you noticed, but I am going to be streaming every single weekday. 3 hours is the end goal.
Thanks for coming back. Later,
We've been streaming more than that, though, but
we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in
oh, it's 1985 right now. Sick.
before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album
Nice.
smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C.
Oh God, it's. Ugh. That's one of my least favorite. She's supposed to be one of my least favorite people in the world.
Incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow.
The
is
leaves?
that healthy?
Why are there
Well,
leaves
I mean,
inside
like,
of you?
The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm
Oh, I'm
sorry
supposed to be
if I get
doing-
a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, it's not
So
working
your
yet, so I'm not
first
ready for
album,
it.
F
Okay.
My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl.
This is Ariana Grande.
Wow.
This is
That
absolutely
must have been
Ariana
bizarre.
Grande.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3.
They're not even hiding
meetings
it.
on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this newfound explosion to your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as the manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about
I like
I think,
the
or about,
developers
like,
of this
promoting an
game. This is
unrealistic standard of beauty or
the
something.
writers
The
are.
manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Is she?
Ooh.
Are they going to insert how
I'd be happy with you telling
my
us all
managers
this.
told me
Telling you
to
what?
extort the
It really
death
doesn't
of
matter what I
my
say
boyfriend that I
I'll do my
left,
dance and then this part will all be forgotten about.
and then pretend that
well,
I cared
yeah,
about
I mean,
him?
We're going
he
to see some of those
died of a
famous
drug
dance
overdose? Is that
moves
gonna be
very
included?
shortly, because you're going to be performing your new single,
Rest in
aren't
peace,
you?
Mac Miller.
Yeah, it's from my album. Put
Oh,
It
God, I
in
got an
My
itch,
A
bad
Together,
time.
and
All right.
It's out to my A Together. And
My friend let her 13-year-old son join the Go-Getters. He's occupied now, busy even. His room's never been tidier. But he keeps notebooks he won't let her.
Hey, yeah.
And
Fight the
sometimes
power!
catches him staring at her. And last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer.
This is very critical
parents,
of like
too.
actual current times. It's
it's
very
been
cool.
prepared
I
in
like
advance.
this game a lot.
Or possibly by them. We want to know what the news will no longer tell us. And when we find out, we will tell you. We will hack into your news broadcasts.
Oh, and it
We will defend
automatically
your right
slid the
to
volume.
information. We will resist and we will
That's cool.
disrupt.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
last. I think things could have been different. You know, like better.
And I
love doing autographs.
got the
and having
censorship.
somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette. But then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really
so
hard,
this is
he'd say,
Britney Spears.
Make Cragler proud and you might just survive childbirth.
like this is a reference to Britney
Well,
Spears, right?
You know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable
So
as
she's
his.
just a generic
And on that
pop
problematic
star.
note,
She's
you're gonna be
a critique
singing
of
a
all
song for
pop
us soon,
stars.
aren't you? Tell me about it.
Pop.
So
Female
it's
pop
called
stars.
These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what? It's
Ooh,
actually
there was interference
alright.
there. What was
And
that?
don't worry. All my work is team approved.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a
I
little
like.
bit.
Oops. I like
It was
how
a
she
very
is
specific
kind of
type
starting to
pleasure
show
to
the
chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Whoa, so here
her
it is,
lack of
with an exclusive
like she
first
can't
performance
bear
of
it
her
anymore.
new
She's
track,
getting
These
tired of it, just like
Babies Gonna
Jeremy
Bring
was.
You home. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Force's favorite, the Queen
I'm trying.
of Team.
How do I applause?
Here to break your block.
Dude, it's not working. I'm clicking it. It's not working. What do I? Hey, okay, I'm pausing. I've got to pause. Why isn't it working? Am I doing something wrong here? Am I supposed to like flick a switch somewhere? But I clicked it when it was shrinking. I was clicking it. Oh, it's semi-restricted at the moment. Okay, so I guess I just clicked it way too late. All the musical bits are meant to be commentaries on bits of the music industry. That makes sense. The dev that wrote all the music voiced Tutorial Dave. Oh, that's cool. So this guy is this guy who wrote all the music. You have to do it before it shrinks too low. Okay, I thought it was before it shrank altogether, but I guess that makes sense. Somebody's like tells a joke and then you laugh 10 minutes later. It doesn't make sense. All right, cool. We'll continue.
Oh, baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing. Only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me. No dirty foreign member. Don't stop no morning drill. There's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no vicar's daughter. Come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older. Tie me down and hold me like an enemy soldier. An enemy
Fuck.
So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and diet. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action. So come and break my sanctions.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've been this wild and free since Mama burdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her family. There's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no vicar's daughter, come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and hold me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier.
Oh, God.
So what a Peter Clemens boys can
My eyes are itching and my nose. Come on, give me a break.
I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this. And we're
Finally,
out.
a good commercial cut. Like I cut just on time. I always forget where I go after that point.
Can I just say, Thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
What's going on over here?
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours.
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective. You know, like...
Oh, right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about the Bob Jean short?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both have the same agents, you know.
I walked away, huh? Oh, no. I got nothing to censor. I heard something. It's my dryer.
And Michael, I want to see the revenue share.
Forgot I had the dryer on.
Get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. They say for your pleasure. I'm gonna stop.
I have no idea. It's a commercial, something else.
I hate to tell you this, but you're going to need all 4 sound effects buttons for this next section.
Good.
Try and pick the most appropriate sound effect for the actors' lines. They can't hear your choices, so they'll be assuming you're helping things along and not making them look ridiculous. Mind you, after the last section, God help us all. Try and do better.
No, not anymore.
Oh, why is she so dirty?
I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
5,
5,
2.
4, 3.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show, we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent, and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director, and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra Guy.
Oh, you cue it up. I thought it played the moment I hit it. Okay, it's...
How'd you like that?
Well, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
And how does Angela feel about all this?
Soon.
Who?
Your wife.
Oh, God, no. No. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And
why was that funny?
Inspiration.
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom, and I heard my father's voice. It said, "Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this." So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
It's French for baboon water? That's funny.
Let's give it up for the notice board.
Oh, wow, you really don't have time.
You have to play a sound effect, Alex.
Yeah, but come on, dude. Dude! Yeah, I mean, give me a fucking second.
Alex, if you keep this up,
what's the point of the light if I don't...
actors won't be happy.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've
that tripped me up
vandalised
hardcore.
my shop again.
No!
Yes!
Okay, I'm all over the place here.
Of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they
This is so stupid. I love it.
Members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock.
Okay. I mean, it's fine. I just, right when it plays, I basically just have to select something immediately. That's okay.
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right.
Ooh, this thing mixes it up pretty good.
Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
Oh, no. It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
I have to use both my hands and my mouth at the same time? Impossible.
Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What did you say? Tutoring?
That's right. Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
Damn.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time
The
helping
set's
others
just
and not
falling
just
apart.
urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
Well, blow me down.
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray.
Is this all part of the...
Oh, what the heck?
Oh.
Give us a hug.
Earthquake! Earthquake! We're in California! Ruh-roh! What is happening? I mean, it's earthquake, but what? I mean, I knew what was coming, but okay. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be...
An attack?
God.
A bomb was dropped?
What appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into... they put them into millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some
This is
power
Big Brother,
shortages
too.
as
This
a
is our
result of
own
all
government
this.
dropped
Apologies
bombs on
for
our own
interruption.
people to justify a war
And
against
apparently we can go live now
an
to
innocent-
team headquarters for an
innocent
emergency
country, right?
broadcast
That's
from
exactly
Prime
how it was
Minister
in
Julia Salisbury, any moment.
1984, or at least that's what
Yes.
Winston was
yes,
saying.
let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban
Oh, they're
centers.
threatening us.
and will not hesitate to detonate. And will not hesitate to detonate.
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by. We've lost contact with our benefactors in Urkistan and Konoslava. All our equipment seems to be resetting. Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you are receiving this, but if you are, then you have to know. You have to know what's being done right now to our neighbours. This is unprecedented. Our government has committed multiple acts of mass destruction in our name. Nor do I care how you voted. You didn't vote for this. None of us did. This can't be. We are waiting further news and, What if they respond?
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms.
Fuck off. Dumb cunt. Not her. Fucking
I don't really talk
government
about my personal
bitch.
life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David. And right now, I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently traveling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konoslava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago. So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet, but together we will find out. And I will be
The
here
highest we've
every
been.
night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolfe. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out. We've got people ringing around, but the telephone networks are overloaded.
Okay.
We'll find him.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit, or?
Megan. Megan. We will find him.
It's crazy. Can you imagine if in America, if our government got on, interrupted our broadcast and literally threatened the American people? There are more guns in the American hands than there are combined in the rest of the world. How do you think that might go? People would be like, oh, so it's war. Holy shit, dude. They're not threatening their own people? Who are they threatening? Oh, that was a broadcast meant for the neighboring countries that they blew up. I see. Yeah, the Second Amendment is the thing for a reason, exactly. Also, hold on, let me get this down a little bit. That was crazy, dude. This is crazy. This is advancing fast. That's what the hotkeys 1 through 4. Yeah, I use 1 through 4 when I can't use my mouse to click them. But the F1 through 4, I feel like I'm going to be fumbling to reach up to those. Also, this is great use for the rushes room. You can see what the advanced side was meant to look like. Oh, is the rushes room, we're about to get to it, right? It's right after a... Still broadcast poor. Or is that about to change? Sometimes, nope. They were demanding that all other governments surrender to them. Yeah, okay. Failure to do so would lead to more nukes. I see. That's crazy, dude. I thought that was meant, because it interrupted our broadcast, I thought they were threatening us. Like, we drop bombs. You keep fucking around. It's like, yeah, it's like, dude, do you know how quickly we would just be like, okay, kill us all. We're not going to just do what you say. But yeah, it's the neighboring countries, which is, again, precisely what happened in 1984, right? And they were always at war with a new country. And then, I mean, this wasn't happening. This was before the book started. The book starts after it's been years and years. In fact, they don't even know how long it's been since it's been like that. All right, so the rushes room. What's this?
So, Julia's team of...
Oh, these are just replays. This is what...
What does that mean?
It means do that thing you do where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war or politics in general, really.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
So this is what we've seen. Oh, I see. That's why there's all of this. Okay, hold on. Russia's day question mark. Oh, no, we are. Yeah, okay. So these are just replays of... Okay, you want 20-week war, notice board. Let's go. Oops, back. 20-week war, the notice board, and then fast forward to Julia. Okay. I got to see this. That's crazy. Rushes is the raw camera feed. Broadcast is your edited output. I see. Oh, yeah. So
Well,
we can
the
see
fact
anything
is,
that was in
Jen,
the background.
There weren't enough flowers in my dressing room.
There were exactly 12, as it said in your rider.
Do I look like the sort of person who counts things?
Right away.
It's like 12. Got it?
10 seconds. 5, 4.
I'll tell you what. Just... Well, the fact is, Jen, there weren't enough flowers in my dress.
This is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show will be treated to an episode.
Julia, like this, we saw all this. I'm gonna move to the. Oh, that's just it. Peeking behind the curtains. Is there stuff there that I missed?
Respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. There's a hug.
And then that's when the signal went dead. And then that's it. Keep fast forwarding. That's it. Is it because I let disrupt? Oh, this is the power outage. It's paused though. Wolf's End, maybe this is it? Yeah, it won't play now. I'm thinking... Let's see, stop. Let's play this. Yeah, I think this is the... Yeah, this is... after the power outage. Okay, here we go.
First groundbreaking episode of the Notice. Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode.
Why is it on his
Notice,
head?
but,
Like, why would an
we're receiving
earthquake
some
do it?
Breaking news. I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be.
Yeah, we saw this, but we didn't. Here we go.
In 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade.
Oh, there's
you are
3 different versions of her speech. Okay.
We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure
This is
that
crazy. Can you imagine?
part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders.
Can you fucking
Your
imagine?
people are our people.
This is exactly how China would talk if they like decided they wanted to start
and
shit.
educated and
Your base are belonging to us.
But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices. You will not find them, though no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours.
Man, this smug fucking look on her face has got me
By
angry.
midnight tonight. Thank you.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant.
All right, let's get back to the story. We got time. We got time to at least read the... Yeah, we got time. My favorite quote in the game is from Remington Fitz saying, "It'll drive a flard right through the goddamn wall." What's a flard? What is that? All right, that was crazy. That was nuts. Day 371. A proportionate response. The rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around in your head. Operatives working for advanced detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll in the millions. Did this really just happen? The funny thing is it might not have. This all could have been an elaborate scheme, again, to just give the illusion of total power. It could have been real. You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly somebody else is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room and you find Sam sitting on the sofa, staring at the TV. The screen is off, and she's clearly lost in thought. You take a seat behind her and put a reassuring hand on her shoulder. She doesn't look at you, but she does reach up and take your hand in hers. Now you're closer, and you can see Sam's face more clearly. You see a look you've never seen before. Chris and Susie, they're both... What the hell can we do? The bastard's killed Chris... What? What the hell can we do? The bastards killed Chris and Susie. And millions of others, all because they're fucking war, which we never asked for. Where there should be tears, there is only fire, pure, raw fury. They're manic now. She's manic now. I hate them I hate them, Alex. I know you've never been a fan of Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know that you understand that we can't just be indifferent. We need to actually do something. Where were the kids that they... How close are these territories that they detonated bombs? Advance did what was necessary. Fuck that. Nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries is just as bad as they are. Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and she collapses against you, clutching tightly. Clearly, this was weighing on her heavily. You're not sure you've even processed it at all fully, but at least you'll get through it together. Our kids are just dead, and like you're just like, it's a little weird. A little weird reaction. The Flard gun. That's an interesting name for a gun. A final farewell. Oh, dude, it's war. Oh, it's war. Dude, I'm not a parent, but like something I could say, like right now, if my kids didn't have shoes, I would walk barefoot. If my kids were hungry, I would starve. If my child needed a heart transplant, I would give mine. You kill my child, and you won't see humanity in me. It'll be gone, and what you'll see is a monster, and I shall destroy as many people as I can in the most grotesque ways until you kill me. So, like, I just feel like the reaction was a little off. It's basically a nail gun, I think. I don't know. They can't change what the fuck the Flard they had. Oh, they kept changing what the Flard was. Oh, that's funny. The last week has passed in a blur. A rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten. Your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain, the same sense of loss. It's written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your little girl Susie and Chris too, both just gone. Sam has said little since that evening, clearly still in shock. Not that you could blame her, but you haven't been much better. Sam appears silent and squeezes your hand tightly, in act of desperation, seeking comfort, and you squeeze back. Some small piece of you can't help but wonder, are you partly to blame? These scars will not quickly fade. There hadn't even been coffins to bury. Flowers are what replaced words. So funny. Ooh, this is a year? Like a year and maybe a few months. It's like a full year. It's an academic exodus. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathering in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea for the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's missing. What's that bring the total up to now? Oh, I should think over 100 at this point. They won't all have reported or even noticed yet. An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queensview University. With all the other disappearances over the last year, scientists, doctors, researchers, she pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly a disrupt targeting the people speaking out against them. I even heard Advance are struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you all turn in unison towards the doorway. Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I've told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance have been very clear that they're nothing to worry about. Which means they're not our problem. And unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you as to keep you as everyone else flies out of the room. Gotcha. Look, I know you have a habit of doing what you want, but things are different now. Advance runs the show, and they've made their feelings clear. So now I'm doing the same. Hey, fuck Advance. Channel 1's official position is that the government has things well underhand. You're retarded. Nothing more, nothing less. I trust I won't be hearing talk about this again. He gives you a curt nod before leaving. Oh, you're gonna be unhappy with me, but it seems that for better or worse, public ownership is now in full swing. I'd rather die. $872, another three or so months. A spark to light the flames. That's not the button I was trying to... Wait, is that the button? That. Mother! Oh, shit. You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you where you wake up. She must have gotten in very late last night from drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let her sleep in and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to... Two decides, back to back. You decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on the universal menu centers countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. I need a sip of Wawa. All right. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCOs were ill-prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt seemed much more effective and well-organized in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people, given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centers were fully staffed when they came under attack. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staff lost their lives as a result of the brutal actions of Disrupt last night. Isn't it crazy that the government is just lying and they're the ones killing people? Isn't that nuts? With countless more injured, many seriously and rushed... Many seriously and rushed to the hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seem to have evaded capture so far. More on this story as it develops. You go to turn off the TV. But something catches your eye before you do. Footage at one of the crime scenes that's been looping around, the smoking shell of a CCO building. A very distinctive lighter, clearly from Urkistan. It's too small to make out clearly, but there's definitely an engraving on it. What have you and Chippy got yourselves caught up in? Who was Chippy? Chippy was... Oh, so our kids aren't dead. Right? Because Chippy was his nickname for Charlie. Am I wrong? Chippy's lighter. See a familiar trinket on the news. Yeah. Interesting. I think Chippy was the nickname we would call our son, right? So we just assumed that they were dead? Or I guess our wife assumed that they were dead. Right? Because of where they were. Charlie is alive. Okay. I mean, yeah. So Chippy is Charlie. A year and a half since Liberation Night.
Alex. Ooh. This is Alan James. The revolution revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking in when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favour. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Oh shit. Oh, I didn't put a duh.
Because I don't want to go on a date with your cousin, Colin.
What have you got to lose?
Oh, that sounded like Jeremy for a second. I was like, what?
Once you get past the tea.
All right, we'll do Crazy Neil.
I am perfectly capable.
Celebrate your success week. I mean,
Sorry about that.
we're not even gonna probably end up playing that.
Christ's sake, Colin, stay out of it.
I can help you. I'm an expert at romance. Ask my ex-wives.
Please don't.
I'm an expert at romance. Ask my ex-wives.
Too short?
Too smart. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News, broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top stories tonight: ashes to ashes. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted attacks across the territories. The coordinated action, dubbed the Night of Fire by commentators, was seen as an attempt to subvert the supply chain. But
I mean, I guess that one makes the most sense.
while emergency services were all kept busy at the agricultural centres, it seems a series of covert attacks was carried out, including the freeing of political prisoners and, sources say,
That's Colin, yeah. It sounded like when I was looking down here, it sounded like it could have been Jeremy.
Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu
she's gained
centres
weight.
opening in territories 5, 8 and 14
I mean, no
today,
offense, but she's
Advance
gained
confirmed that the programme is now in full
weight, which is
operation,
weird because
providing
that
free
would have
food
been
for
makeup
every
then.
citizen of the new future.
So she's like
What
stressed
started
and
as
shit.
rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world.
Yeah, this is what in 1984.
Jack Tractor-Pants, spokesman for the menu centres,
In 1984, they would reduce the amount of food and rations you would get. One example was chocolate, right? And I think it was 100 grams of chocolate is what you were provided monthly or weekly. I think it was monthly. And the government reduced it to like 80. But then they said they increased it from 60. So that's 100. That's kind of what this is reminding me
While they
of.
can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual
Basically
quality of the
lying
meals
to
you
kind of
cook
make you feel like,
depends
oh,
on
look,
whether
we're
you have a
growing, but
touch of
everybody,
Chef Jordan
like you
Rankby
would have
or
been
the
able to
culinary
tell
skills of a professional
that it.
footballer. If I were a rich man.
I mean, you
Problems
obviously had
in
less
territories
chocolate.
11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150%
Last broadcast was day
bonuses,
371.
private jets,
Now it's
and mandatory
918.
groveling
Oh, it's been
zones.
like, so it has been a
Advance
year
have
and a
been
half.
quick to
Okay.
respond, saying if they would rather quit their cushy jobs to become nurses or teachers, they'll earn significantly more than they used to pay their own workforce. Thus far, no one has taken up the challenge.
It's kind of funny.
Some fun now. Signs of ever more
I don't think she's
resistance
actually
to
gained weight. I
advances
think they've
radical
made it
policies
look like she
today,
has.
As popular resistance movement
You can
Disrupt
kind of tell
extended their
it's the
reach
same, but
further
they've
across
put
the
like
territories. The organisation's emblem
makeup
appeared
on.
in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. And ending
Fucking
with
music.
sorts tonight for 3 stories we've been reporting on. First tonight, stroke my head and call me Bishop. Although responsibility proved
Stroke
a
my
commercial failure,
head and call me.
mainly due
What's
to
the
men's
difference?
inability to regularly take it, an unforeseen side effect of
It
the
doesn't
drug
look like
has
there's
seen it
any
relaunched
difference.
today as Baldylocks. Promising an end to male pattern baldness, the launch has follically challenged men celebrating throughout the territories. Frank Slapbegon, pictured here just 1 hour after taking the rebranded medication, enthused that his wife, and I quote, will sleep better now that the reading light isn't bouncing off my head and keeping her awake. Sporsborg Horgan's slaughter. A sad end to the tale of the struggling scientists of Dante's Taint today, as reports emerge
Dante's
of a mutual
Taint, I
agreement
like
to
it.
end it all.
I remember that
Support
earlier,
from
but
the public
it's just so
and
funny.
no much-needed supplies from above
God
ground.
damn.
The academics took the unthinkable decision to drink 18 cans of Diet Stank. Could this catastrophe have been avoided? And what on earth are they putting in that drink?
It's
Full-time,
Diet
The
Stank.
sporting world mourned the loss of a former hero today at the funeral of
Hey,
football
chill.
star Johnny Hamsley.
I was just trying to read
Dog
if there was a
fighting
difference. That's
controversy
loud
throughout
with the
his life.
beeping.
Troubled striker's behaviour became more and more erratic in recent years.
Let's
His
turn
tragic
this
and
down, turn
avoidable
them
death
up.
At the age of just 29 will
So the
come as a
beeps will
blow
be a
to
little
his literally
quieter.
tens of fans around the world.
When I say this
All
down, I
that,
mean my
plus
mixer.
We'll be taking a trip to Dangly Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
That's all coming up on tonight's
Yeah, yeah.
National Nightly News.
Territories. Today is the day we take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
Crazy shit, man.
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick, we're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public
Having a
ownership, you
little
can't say
problem
anything
with
these
Patrick's
days.
there.
No, she's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Oh.
Oh, you're gonna disappear.
Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me and dedicate the
Boys in
gardens to
editing
a
have just
great
informed me that the
departed
eulogy
leader,
footage isn't fully cut
Peter
together yet.
Clement.
You're going to have to do it on the fly.
The
For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
slowly gathering since this afternoon.
Sure.
And the atmosphere here has been great and cheerful.
Yeah, yeah.
Despite the
Bad, Alex. Really bad.
Oh,
And it seems
yeah.
like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night,
What?
another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working class family
It hadn't
on a
shown
housing
anything
estate
yet,
in
and I was already
Rotherham,
losing viewers.
Peter first trained as a carpenter before
Was-
getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that
Didn't
we
know
all
which one
knew
I wanted
and
to
loved
use.
so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career. Some sources put
Sounds
this
like
figure
me.
well in excess of
I'd
2
double
million
that.
F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a
Imagine
life
you're
lived
watching
for
this and
others.
everything is contrary to what she's saying.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago, moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself, and I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and from behind me I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he'd stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious nation of ours, so beautiful and new, this shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex.
equality and
There'll be
humanity
another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really
How have we not been killed for this?
Despite his accomplishments,
I killed Johnny.
the future he forged,
What?
The boundaries he pushed. To me,
I mean, I know I didn't
always
switch
been
cameras,
the
but there's nothing else to
cheering on the
switch to.
stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Shall we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, Alex, control the message.
I'm not leaving, I can't!
What?
You two, come with me! Don't panic! Help us here, look. We go.
You're hurting me!
Well, stop resisting then.
They're lying, trying to make it seem like...
Fuck
What are you doing?
I'm not resisting! You all saw! I'm not resisting!
Turn the camera off.
Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
Mom!
Keep your eyes open.
Look at me, look at me.
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes. Medics are coming. You sit down.
I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here. Julia Salisbury!
Tested.
You were killed.
Target approaching Songbird.
More than 10 million people. Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you.
Fucking
This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it? Under fire!
People of Territory 1, rise up! Take to the streets. The time has come. Stop fires. Break windows. Draw their
Somebody shoot Julia in the fucking dome, please.
Lower your weapons.
Mom?
I said, lower your weapons now.
Go out there. What are you doing? Come on.
Can't you see?
Will you turn that off, please, sir?
No.
I said, please turn that off.
Nope.
Shocking scene.
Is this not enough? You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians, people like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once and future free.
That means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
Fine. The bomb was a good distance from the unit base.
This is becoming a weekly event.
No.
I'm an economist and commentator.
This is the big one.
You've probably seen me on the news talking about Advance and how progressive their policies are.
Journalism, apparently.
Well, I was wrong.
Gunshots outside.
And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry and to beg for your forgiveness. My parents are not rich.
This was
My
the
mother
first
was a nurse
ad
and
break,
my father worked in a factory.
but it doesn't seem like there was an opportunity
I was the first member
for
of my family to go to university.
this. It doesn't look like there's going to be an
But
opportunity for the second.
I always envied my friends who had so much more.
You don't look very unarmed,
Over the
Alan.
years, my jealousy grew. So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies. Policies born from absurd,
Alex,
redistributive
during
fantasies.
this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on,
I have betrayed my
but if we
parents.
find out, I'll let you know.
I see that
Just keep
now.
your eyes out for the fist and try and keep
Mum?
it on the air for at least
Dad?
5 seconds. Our
I'm
operatives will do the rest.
All right. You got
Our
it.
only hope,
Megan, this is your new makeup
the
artist,
only
Craig.
hope,
No. What?
no, now lies
10 seconds,
with
everybody.
Disrupt.
Sorry, Craig. It's a no. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me,
Welcome
Megan
back to
Wolf.
the
Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the Notice Board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radon. Tell me, why do you think the public love the Notice Board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA's secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely.
Right.
Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So the Notice Board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a
Yeah, still time for
so
the
many things.
still
my
time
hard
for
work,
the board. Wait,
my look.
Wow.
is
Have a lot
that
to
something
thank
we should
for.
show?
Hey,
No.
hey, hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard. Our man's on camera 4.
I have a real sense of...
Come back to the interview, Alex.
You know, a sense I've been entrusted with something precious and that I should use that platform for good.
Yeah, that's really important, that we should use this platform to do good in the world.
Said at least 5 seconds. That
exactly
was 2 and then
I've
7.
decided to help as many underprivileged
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
How are you doing that? Is that better access to education, or reducing child poverty?
No, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh,
We're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Northerns, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
Oh,
I've
no.
never thought of it that way before.
And I'm
How
doing
terrible.
everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable, then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective.
Did I miss something on Fort?
Not
No,
everyone
no.
else agrees, but that's enough for me. Let's go now over to dangly parts for the final ever
Dangly
episode
parts.
of the notice board.
I didn't. Yeah, fuck off. Chill, chill, chill.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do. Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course. I keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues,
I don't want to do what they're told, or what I'm told.
Vicar?
I know, it's a disgrace. Somebody.
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. You might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar.
That
it
was
looks
2.
heavy.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
Yeah, baby.
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, the young CCO, would be able to move it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
This is boo, boo.
Strong and capable woman.
Did it, Alex?
Surely they can go strong enough to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hi!
Well done, Captain
Okay,
Evans.
whatever.
You're so
I'm not
much
getting good.
stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
I'm just booing the shit out of you fucking retards. Get out of here. If it's not gonna hurt me, then I'm booing the hell out of them.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
My God! Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry.
I
We won't
like
let that
this.
happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature. But really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their
Boo!
best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery.
Boo, notice
But I
board,
know
boo!
someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me!
Boo.
Blackout!
Turn the lights back on. Piss off. Piss off. Are you taking a piss?
It's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
Boo! Boo, Mrs. Craven,
There's the
boo!
motorcycle display team setting up for a show that will be
Boo! Fuck the display team, boo!
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What
Shut
are you
up.
doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
That damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fate.
Yep.
Hold it right there.
That's exactly what I want to hear.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue.
This is great.
No more.
I know I'm supposed to be doing, but fuck him.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
What?
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you.
Boo! Boo, massive garden. Boo! Fucking boo! Boo!
That was it, the final ever episode of the notice board, and what a way to end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning, so don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
I'm going to play the exact same ad again.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place, eh?
Alex, this station is supposed to be unbiased. Your partisan behavior will end up getting us taken into public ownership even sooner. Less revolutionary zeal. Do your job.
Take that one.
Policies are.
What's his name? Dave?
Well, I was wrong.
This was the break we were hoping you'd play our tape. It would have had the most impact here, but we know you played it earlier, and we appreciate the effort.
I'm playing it both times, dude.
My parents are not rich. My mother was a nurse, and my father was.
Oh, that's Bozeman. Yeah, fuck you, Bozeman.
I was the first member of my family to go to.
Bozeman, more like
Alex.
shitty, drippy noseman.
One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. You'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right.
Oh, Dave is the tutorial guy. That's right, that's right. I remember. It is a different voice. This is the guy who talks like this. He's
I was
like,
glad to see the rich punished.
bah, 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 bah. He has that kind of like tone to him, like, how about how?
I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping.
The notice board actors are very good at acting like bad actors. They are.
Under advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is
If you
poorer
did that
in
last
inspiration.
broadcast made them look bad,
We are
you'd be looking at a very
infantilized
different
by
broadcast right now. That's
advances,
crazy.
naive policies.
I love this.
Policies born from
Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
absurd, redistributive.
Okay, so the person we're interviewing is working for...
Did she? That's my shade, is it?
Is working for
This is my shade.
Disrupt.
You can run back to Jenny now. Sorry about that, Sarah.
This is my shade, is it? And fucking...
Said no one's died.
No.
10 seconds.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears. Ugh. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack.
Okay.
But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, oh, John. We're having a baby.
Worse. Whoa, worse.
How can this be? Oh, woe is me. Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our tiny flat. We built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree. And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club.
You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's grown.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one walls. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband,
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life.
we're having a baby.
We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're having a
baby.
No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Have you considered that you might be having to
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Where's the part that I'm supposed to...
Amazing. The Novaries
Okay.
treating us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the capital theatre district. And we'll be touring the territories later this year.
This is it.
Right then, come on you lot, come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello.
Hi, Megan. It's an honour to be here.
Oh, really? Are you fans of the show?
Yes, used to be.
Well, listen, let's get stuck in.
Used to be.
Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
with matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
Right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boreham-Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Satley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? with your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times, maybe?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe, as well as being friends, you're also couples. You know, in real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
No. I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack, Jen Janet, Jill Jen, Janet Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use
I didn't
our
do the
own
laugh,
names,
whatever.
Which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing.
This piece.
Stand by, Alex.
Okay, here we go. Sense with the orange. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And why you shouldn't have
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem.
Terrible problem.
Having children.
Well, you understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch, 20 to 9, for God's sake.
You're very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one. Because
You're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Jack. Got you back.
So, could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their
God, like there's so many people like this who would do anything. They'd punch babies and feed dogs to fucking wolves if they got money for it.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. Probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you.
Okay.
For too long, we've
Fuck
been
you,
told that
fucking
a life
traitors.
without children is somehow incomplete. That children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place. So.
Bastards is a bad
We just
word?
want people to have the option
Hardly.
of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia J.
Can't hear properly. Oh, this thing's useless.
Just to dip my toes into the
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come.
Boo! Boo, traitors, boo!
To say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. Thank you. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have been found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help.
Oh,
Any
suck a
team player would have
dick.
done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation now, are we safe?
Yes, the security services perform their duties without hesitation. And I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries,
Doesn't
there
sound
were no
safe out
severe
there.
deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course. The camera, there's the camera. Speak there, on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight.
No.
Do not become another casualty of war.
No.
Disrupt have had
I'm not
their
gonna.
moment.
Eat a
But,
dick.
as the dear departed Peter
You're
Clements
fucked.
once
Get outta
famously
here.
said, it ends today.
Oh.
Thank
So
you,
scary.
Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's National Night News. But before we go, tonight's National Night News.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece, Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe.
Oh, shit.
The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there tonight. So stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this programme that the turbulence will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building a new future.
Damn.
Fairness and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Vice Chair 11 o'clock.
They're close. Oh, shit. That's crazy. I mean, I guess we don't need any of this. Hang on. We're Channel 1. Yeah. Oh, shit. Witness the successful execution of Channel 1. I think that's what it said. I missed the last words. I'm assuming it's Channel 1 that they were talking about. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right, guys. That is... I think it's a good part to end. Let's see where we're at here. Let's continue here and see what's coming up next. It's crazy. Crazy shit. This game is sick, dude. This game is... It was to be a hard game to describe. Wow. All right, so an important review. All right, I say we just stop right here. Current wealth, broke ass poor. I have not been wealthy at any point in this, which makes me think that there's different things that would happen if I did well. But of course, I would only be wealthy if I censored, right? And I ain't never gonna censor. I'm never gonna stop censoring the shit the government says. I'm never gonna censor the shit that disrupts us. Dude, this is crazy. It looks like we're down to the last little bit, so we'll have another stream of this, and then of course we've got all other content that we can play. But this is getting fucking crazy, dude, and I'm liking it.